If you are considering Escaya and Chula Vista, this video is going to save you weeks of research. I'm going to break down the layout, what people love and dislike about Escaya, what surprises buyers, and what homes actually cost. And at the end, I'll show you a real unit in Andon, the newest branch of Escaya, which is the best price option out there with a big bonus that the new builds don't disclose. So Escaya is a master plan community, but what does that really mean? So basically a master plan community is a huge development with a ton of different projects and they're usually jam-packed full of amenities. So in Escaya, there's a resort style pool, there's a wellness center, gym, there's an elementary school in the community, there's even a vet office, a market, and restaurants and cafes. There's like 4 or 5 different parks and playgrounds throughout the entire community. So, given all the amenities in the community, who's actually going to be buying in Escaya? There's at least 3 bedrooms in all the units, there's an elementary school in the community, and tons of good schools nearby. And that leads it to be very family oriented just by nature of the activity in the greater Chula Vista and Eastlake area. We also see a lot of military family or VA buyers coming into Escaya due to proximity to the Navy bases and typically wanting a little bit more space for their buck. So let's take some time and I'll run you through what the actual Escaya community looks like. Right here at the bottom, this is where Main Street kind of dead ends all the way on the east side. These two areas right here are the newest branches of Escaya called Andon. And this, obviously, Google Maps hasn't updated it yet, but this whole section's completely built out, and they're actively building out. Half of these homes have already been finished, and as of the time I'm making this, which is towards the end of January 2026, the rest of these homes are going to be going up in very quick fashion. But for now, let's circle back to the main strip of Escaya, which really comes in off of Heritage. So the main entrance would be Avenida Escaya, and this is where the business center is. There's a liquor store, there's a vet center. These are all apartments in here. These are not condos. The next kind of for sale units are going to be these townhomes over in Flora and Strata, which is one of the projects in the area. You could see we have our Fahari Jeffers Elementary School right in the center of everything. I gotta say, just walking past here, you can tell it's a really well funded and taken care of school. Premises are really neat, and I mean, everything just looks really, really good there. And then you've got this main central Escaya Park, which is going to be the big attraction for most people. Just north of that is Florence Strata 1. This is, again, kind of part of that Flora and Strata development. These are all townhomes right here. And then over here, we are on Camino Marcella, and these are all detached homes. And this wing's selling for about low 900s, depending on the exact location and lot size and yada, yada, yada. These townhomes sell between 7 and 800. And looking down to the southwest side, this is where you find the biggest floor plans. And these are actively selling on a wide range between like 1.1 to I've seen some go as high as 1.4 million for the biggest homes. And you can see with these, the yards can actually vary quite vastly. Like this backyard is significantly larger than any of these. And you can kind of see this consistent throughout the community. The way the parcels are split up has a big role and impact on the home's actual value. Circling down this south bend, we have Santa Maya Park, and then one of my favorite parts of this guy is this linear park that runs all the way through the south side and takes you right to the heart of everything. And then again, these detached homes stay consistent. Down here, another one of the parks. And over on this east side. We've got the dog park, a nice little playground here, another playground over at Borden Park with a little half basketball court. But let's take you over now to kind of my favorite part of Escaya, which is again part of this Escaya Park. You got a nice playground, full basketball court, and a ton of green space here. But the best part, in my opinion, is going to be the resort style pool. The satellite image is not doing this justice. All of these amazing amenities come at a price, though. And for that, it comes in the form of a couple things. So let's go back to our sketchboard here. So in Escaya, we have HOA fees as well as what's called mellow ruse. And these are tax supplements. And mellow ruse are basically bonds that the builder takes out from the city in order to fund some of the amenities that don't really fall under the scope of an HOA. So stuff like streets, sewer, power lines and facilities, and really just common amenities. While the HOA is typically going to cover the pool, the parks, the gym, and exterior maintenance, usually of the building, but sometimes also including any garden or green space in front of the home. And depending on the particular type of property you're looking at, you're definitely going to have a community HOA. So this applies to every property with access to those common features. So everything under the Escaya umbrella. While not all of those are going to have a building HOA. So this is for like townhomes, condos, or twin homes. So to run you through the idea of a building HOA, let's say you're in a townhome, you're in unit 1, and your neighbor has unit 2 here. Each month, your HOA is going to take some money and put it into this piggy bank in the event that, let's say, your roof needs to be replaced. Neither of you guys are going to want to pay out of pocket for that. That's typically a $20,000, maybe $30,000 expense. So generally, these HOAs make things go a lot smoother when big maintenance issues arise. There's a lot of people I talk to on a weekly basis that are abhorrently against the idea of paying an HOA fee. And I get it, but in practice, these guys really save you a lot of time, money, and heartache down the road. And if you were to compare it to having a single family detached home where you're fronting the cost of any and all maintenance, this is really just reducing your maintenance fee and making it up in a prorated monthly basis. The Mellows here are a real kicker though, because again, this is tax supplement. This is added onto your property taxes, but not included in your typical property tax basis. So in San Diego County, you can expect a property tax basis of between like 1.1 to 1.25% of your property's value on an annual basis. These are supplements, and each of the units in Escaya, it's on a range, but I'm currently working with someone right now whose supplement is about 7,400 per year. And that's not an insignificant amount of money, but again, we need to think about everything that goes into funding and making the community what it is. Real quick, you guys, I just want you to know I sell cool homes for cool people. If you think you're a cool person and you would like to work with me, the best way for us to get in touch, just text me directly. My cell number is 619 400 9772. And if you're in a position where you're just watching the market waiting for the right home to come up, sign up for my Deal of the Week newsletter in the description of this video. I comb through all the new listings and cherry pick the best ones and send them to you every Friday. That's all. So let's hop back on the map and run you through what the real lifestyle of living in Escaya looks like. So we've established that it's a very family-oriented neighborhood. I had some clients last year on Camino Marcella who would walk their grandson to and from the elementary school every single day, and they were in love with the amount of time that they were able to spend with him. And that level of convenience is emphasized even more for families or parents rather who are raising their children. And that level of convenience is amazing and what's really attractive for the whole community, even down to Andon. Everything is walking distance to the elementary school and to the park. Everything's within 10 minutes, and you could very easily drop your kids off, pick them up again at the end of the day, maybe after a little dip in the pool. And as they get older, you still have great schools nearby. So just up Heritage and over on Olympic, you have Otay Ranch High School. And just a little further down the way, you have Olympian as well. And if you're looking at private schools, Modern Day Catholic is right here, which is a great contender in the San Diego school scene. And as far as activities go, you have Otay Ranch Town Center, which is kind of the main mall of the area with a ton of restaurants and little businesses to check out. There's little farmers markets going on through there all the time. There's an awesome restaurant called Novo Brewing, which is just massive with huge TVs to watch sports if that's your thing. And all around the greater East Lake area out to Southwestern College and through Fenton Parkway here, you've got a ton of businesses. You have Sky Zone and a million other different activities to entertain your family and enjoy. And the main highway here is going to be the 125, which is a toll road. I believe it's going to be paid off and then free in the next 5 to 10 years. I'll have to do a little more research and get back to you on that. But if you're not into toll roads, you can just hike west and then you're on the 805. From there, you can take the 54 to get over to the 5 or take it further east. And then as you get north, you're right in downtown. You've got Balboa Park in the heart of everything and the airport right north downtown. So pulling up the active listings in Escaya, you've got a couple in Strata and Flora, a couple in the same building it looks like even. And these are going for high sixes to low sevens or 699. That's the north end of Strata and Flora, which a lot of people consider to be a little less desirable because it is a lot denser up there. Then down on the south side, you've got some of the bigger homes for sale. Again, close to a million. This one's close to 1.4. And then down here in Andon, which I think would be better if we look at the builder's site. So you've got the bigger Escaya area. There's a little walking path that takes you down into Andon. Or if you're a driver, you can head down Main and then take up to Heritage and just drive into the main part of the community. There's a ton of parking all over these streets. So here they've got a nice little sizzle reel showing you close up what some of these amenities really look like. Resort style pool is gorgeous. Here's the business center, and here's the green hills that the whole community is looking over on the outskirts. Now, as far as homes for sale, they have a few active move-in ready units, and they're slowly doing pre-sale on the southwest wing of Andon. This north side is finished and ready to roll out, and this whole east branch is completely built out. These north units are model homes, so they're not currently available. But you can see Andon 1, which is the smallest floor plan. It's 3 beds, 2.5 baths, about 1460 square feet, is for sale for $725 and ranges up to like $735 depending on the lot location. This one's going to have a huge backyard overlooking the canyon there, which is going to be a nice view, but you're going to get blasted with sun in the mornings. Then you've got your Andon 3 and 2 models, which are 4 bedrooms. Very similar square footage. They're just marginally bigger. And in my opinion, having a 4 bed with similar square footage is going to create somewhat of a cramped living situation. But if you need more living space, there's the Andon 4 and 4X, which have a huge jump in square footage up to 2100 plus, while retaining that 4 bed, 3.5 bath layout. Now I want to take a minute to run you through what I believe to be the best listing available in Andon right now. This is the first resale deal in the community. Unfortunately, they bought the house last May and The house no longer fits in the picture for them, but they were one of the first ones in the community, and their unit is overlooking Andin 2, which is this, what I'm calling the second phase, the second wing. But you get these awesome sunsets because you're facing southwest. The amphitheater, the Chula Vista amphitheater, is right down the road here. So when the rest of these homes get built, you're going to be even more insulated from the sound than you are currently. But the views here are amazing and it's a beautiful unit. So the big thing that Lennar, the builder, is not telling you when they're trying to tell you to buy these brand new units, new construction in California is now required to have solar panels. All of these buildings have solar systems installed. And when you go to them, it is your choice, your own prerogative, if you want to buy the solar system as an add on or lease it and have an additional monthly payment. This seller, it's a $35,000 add on for that solar system. This seller did that, and they also upgraded the back patio. So obviously you can tell this is lived in, it's owner occupied, but the room here, the space, the primary suite that gets that sweeping west facing view, the primary suite's in great shape, but this patio has also been completely upgraded. And when you buy these brand new, you just get a dirt lot that's fenced in basically. But the views from here are absolutely spectacular. So in my opinion, if you're looking to buy a new construction home in Andin at Escaya, this is the one you need to be going for. Yes, it's been lived in. That's okay. They selected the best lot of the bunch. They paid for the solar upgrade and they upgraded the patio for you. It's now ready for you to come in and take over and make your own. I'm going to leave a link to this specific listing in the description of this video. So if this might be up your alley, make sure you go check it out. And in that link, you'll be able to schedule a private showing directly with me. I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you did, please consider subscribing because I'm on a mission to make this the most valuable channel for San Diego real estate. And if you're looking to make a move, whether it's buying or selling here in San Diego County, I would love to connect with you and get you squared away the right way. Otherwise, you guys, that's a wrap for now, and I will see you in the next one.